What's going on, people? It's your boy, man. I ain't made a video in a long time. But I just kind of wanted to talk about, and I was really in thought in regards to, like, what separates people that are kind of content, with life and waiting for somebody to promote them, and what makes them different from the people who are unapologetically going after their dreams and really have a clear goal in mind. Like what they want is on another level of success, right? We talking about millionaire, billionaire, being able to affect a lot of people and change a lot of people's lives. Like, we're talking about what gives a person that type of mentality, as opposed to the most people, which are kind of like floating through life, kind of working hard and just kind of hoping somebody notices their hard work and promotes them. That's the typical average person, right? They're just going out here hoping that, the hard work is going to be noticed, and that somebody's just going to be like, yeah, we're going to put you, on this high platform. And mind you, that may work for a few people. I'm not saying that that's not, that strategy or whatever doesn't work. Some of the time it does, right? But for majority of us, we just gonna kind of continue to do the same thing, get really good at it, and then we're kind of just gonna stop there. Or there's gonna be a window or a ceiling that we hit, and then that's it, right? So, and I came to the conclusion that there's really, essentially, there's only two things that make somebody go from, the average to the above average in regards to mindset, thinking, and going after your dreams and aspirations, things of that nature. And the first thing is, you just learn a lot. You just know too much. You know too much to sit back and and accept mediocrity, accept being average. You know what I'm saying? You might have been reading books. You may have connected yourself to somebody who's extremely successful, and now you're at the point where, listen, I got to do something about it. It's messing with your head. You just going out and, what I'm saying, and just being average. So now, once you get this information, it changes your mind frame. Your mind frame's totally different. Now, now your circle that you had before doesn't seem as prevalent as it used to. You're not trying to do the same things. You're not trying to do the same activities, because your mind frame is just different. You just expose yourself to some different things and some different ways of going about things that will take you to a new level. And it's just, if you're not exercising them, you kind of feeling some type of way, right? So there's that person. Then there's the person who hit rock bottom, right? And mind you, that was me. That's to the, some of that person, because, I was just like everybody else, just trying to, figure out a way where I can, feed my family, maybe take a little vacation every once in a while. You know what I mean? That type of, buy some J's or whatever. I was okay with that. You know what I'm saying? But as I exposed myself to new things, I traveled out of the country, et cetera, et cetera. And once I got to, these different types of experience, I got to see how people on other levels live, how rich and wealthy they were, not financially, but mentality wise, how they treated their family, how they treated their wife, how they had time for their kids, how they made investments in their community. I mean all these things, how they gave and gave and still had so much. So their overflow was just incredible. When I noticed these things, and it was just a life that I wanted. Right? And I couldn't ignore it. I couldn't act like I didn't see it. I couldn't act like I didn't experience it. Right? So rock bottom allowed me to take a step back. It allowed me to stop for a second. Because ultimately what we all doing, we all going into this routine, right? We get up, we go to work, we come home, we go to sleep, or, in between that, there's some things that we want to do, some things we have to do, go to sleep and do it again. And then we overcompensate in the weekend, or during whatever time off that you have. You just overcompensate for the time that you really wanted to do some things during the majority of the week, right? So we overdrink, we oversex, we overdo everything, right? During those little times that we have off, where we don't necessarily have to think about work, right? And that's where the alcoholism going. That's where there's a lot of entrepreneurialism that goes on to attract and have you deal with whatever situation you're dealing with. I can make money off of it, right? That's why happy hour was invented for those people. You know, that's why happy hour is not going anywhere, right? $5 drinks, $2 drinks ain't going nowhere, right? Because we know we're going to make money off the fact that you need to drown your sorrows into something. Newport cigarettes not going anywhere. No matter how much they can make the packs $20 a pack, and guess what? People will still buy them, right? So, you know, Rock Bottom has produced so many millionaires and billionaires because it just allows you to stop and be able to build your life back up the way that it was and assess, like, how did I get here? Like, you know, what cycle was I in to get me to where I'm at right now that I need to eliminate? You know, who are the people that I'm paying attention to that aren't helping me get to where I want to be, right? And these are all questions that I ask myself, you know, in times where, you know, there just didn't seem to be any answers based on what I was doing before that. You know, whether it be getting another job, it being laid off once, being laid off twice, being laid off 3 times. Like, what, like, am I going to keep on doing the same thing over and over again? Am I going to keep on allowing the, you know, the job market to make me a liar and to make me feel some type of way and not feel like a man and be uncertain about my future? Am I going to allow that to happen every single time, or am I going to do something about it? Right? So these things, man, Rock Bottom would just make you sit your ass down. And I think a lot of people, there are a lot of people who haven't hit rock bottom because they haven't. They're just stuck in that routine. They've never been able to slow down, to stop for a second, right? In your little grind. So listen, we go to work for at least 8 hours, right? Mind you, we got to get to work. So that's at least a 30 minutes to an hour. So let's say back and forth, let's say that's 10 hours a day. And that's being polite. 10 hours a day that is dedicated to work, right? Then we got sleep, right? So let's eliminate 2 of the biggest things, right? So sleep and work. They say 8 hours, but let's say 6 to be realistic. So 16 hours a day gone, right? There's only 24 hours in a day. Now you got to cook, right? I hope you got to cook anyway, right? That's at least an hour. That's being polite as well, right? Now you got to, if you have children, got to dedicate some time to them some way, shape, or form, right? So whether it be, you know, picking them up from daycare, whether it be going to some type of extracurricular event, whether it be doing homework, whatever the case may be, you got to do that, right? So we got cooking, we got the kids, we got cleaning. You got to clean. Hopefully you clean up. That's another hour. Hopefully you clean up. Now you got to clean up your crib, whatever. That's another hour to 30 minutes. Boom. We pretty much at 18, 19 hours, right, of your day completely gone, and we ain't even got to you yet, which is the most important person. So 19 hours, 20 hours go to everything else, and you may get 4, 3, 2, depending on what your schedule is, to actually dedicate to you. We're not even adding the fact that maybe you want to exercise, maybe you want to whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you're not even focusing on the most important person in your life, which is you, right? So all of this time goes to everything else, and we base the structure and the system based around you serving everything else and making yourself last. That makes people sick. That makes people, you know, that gets people in the routine of, you know, honoring everything else but themselves. You know what I'm saying? So a person that's trying to go to another level, they understand that they got to work on them. The same way that they work on their job, the same way that they work on their kids, the same way that they do all this type of stuff, they also have to pour into themselves. That means they have to read more. They have to study more. They have to do all these things, man. And when you do that, you want more. You know what I'm saying? You see a bigger picture. The picture becomes clearer in regard to, you know, what you want to do with your life and what you want your legacy to be. You know, a lot of people, what's happening is, especially with black people, it's every generation we just start over. That's all we do. We just start over. So it doesn't matter if you make 6 figures on your job if your son, your daughter just got to start all over again, right? You want to get in real estate. You don't have a job. You don't have a business you can pass down. You don't have any assets you can pass down. So everybody start from scratch. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. And we got to learn. We aren't learning wealth principles, and we walking around here scared. We walk around here scared, and we masking it as confidence, right? We're arrogant about the fact that we don't know something. And a lot of people don't even know that they don't know, which is the scariest part of the whole thing, right? So the person that doesn't know that they don't know, they speak with such confidence, right? and obviously there's no universal truth, right? Everything is based off perception, right? So, but we all want certain things. There are certain things you can measure. 2 + 2 = 4, right? So if you focus on the things that we know to be true and we know that work, right? I'm not interested in you believing everything that comes out of my mouth. I want you to simply do the math. I love to keep things very factual because it doesn't have anything to do with how you feel about what I'm saying, right? So if I say that this network marketing company, if it works, if you do this, if you follow this formula, you're gonna get the results. It's as good as 2 + 2. If you believe in 2 + 2 = 4, then that's what this is. It's a simple formula. That's it, right? So based off of this volume that we acquire, we get this percentage as a team, as a unit, right? And it don't gotta stop there. We can do more. The more we do, the more we get. Right now we have this. Now we have this money. Now what we can do? Now we have extra money. Now we have time. It's coming every week, every month, every day. Now what we can do? What would that afford us? That afford us more. What? Starts with T, time. Right now with this time, we can think about. Now we can stop for a second. Now we can stop and we can think about what we want to do for real with our life. Do we want to invest in real estate? You know what I'm saying? Do we want to start a business? Do we want to start a ministry? Do we want to start a nonprofit organization? What do we want to do? Do we want to start a community? You know, like what do we want to do with these ends? This is group economics at this point. Right? So it's so much deeper than just getting to some money. You just need money to not worry about everything else. You need money to finance the things you really want to do. It's so much deeper than getting money. And I know a lot of people focus on money because you need it. And once you get it out the way, you can focus on what's really important. Your children, what's really important. Your family is what's really important. Your legacy, your last name. Like, that's what's really important. Right? So I'm just saying this because, it's when people see posts and they see, lifestyles and stuff like that, they think that it's all about money, but it's so much deeper than money. You know what I'm saying? It's so much deeper than this. It's about spiritual growth. It's about physical growth. It's about financial growth. You know what I'm saying? And it's about going in a specific direction. And the problem is when it's only a group if you have an agenda as a group. Right now, everybody got different dreams. Everybody want to go different places. But if the agenda isn't right, if the group isn't in agreement, you don't have anything and you lack power. Any group that is not collectively doing something, have an ultimate goal and don't deviate from it, that group, there's so much power in that. There's so much favor. There's so much favor in that. But you by yourself, man, there's not much going on with that. There's only so far you can go. Right? Unfortunately, we think that if we can't do it, then it can't be done. But listen, it's gonna take a village. If everybody at your job quit today and they couldn't hire anybody else, how successful would that job be? How successful would that company or that organization be? It wouldn't be successful at all. So that tells you what's the most important thing. The people are the most important thing. And don't ever forget that. And people are disrespecting the fact that people, no matter what you do, no matter what company, no matter what business, no matter what industry you're in, are the most important thing. No matter what you're doing, you're always in the people business. I don't care what you do. You can't sell me on anything else. You are in the people business. So, anyways, that's all I really had to say, man. You know, if anybody wants to, you know, literally get to some money for real and stop being scary, and mind you, this isn't about selling you on anything. This is about changing some stuff in your own life. This is about enjoying the process. This is about becoming better in every aspect of life. It's not just about money. You know, it's not. So, but anyways, I gotta roll out. Got some stuff to do, man. It's your boy. I'm out.